don't know about you, but I've been getting asked a lot recently if Medicare will pay for a lift chair. And I mean, that's where the devil's in the details, right? You get asked a million different things. Does Medicare cover it? And the answer for a lift chair is maybe, sometimes, yes. If your doctor prescribes it, you can't be in a nursing home already. Medicare will pay their 80%. You have to go to a registered durable medical equipment provider. You know, a lot of people think they can just order it on Amazon and get reimbursed somehow. So make sure they know that you have to go through your doctor, through the procedure. If you only have original Medicare, then you'd pay your Part B deductible, you'd pay your 20%. Now, Medicare is only going to pay for the motor, the lifting mechanism. You have to buy the chair. So I think it's easier if your clients ask you this, tell them to go to Craigslist and buy a used one. There are millions of them because every elderly person that gets to the point, they all pass away and they are all sold on the secondary market pretty cheap. I know because I had abdominal surgery and I bought one and it was great and I loved it. And when I was done, I sold it for the same amount of money. And I recommended that to several people as well. But just telling you that yes, Medicare still pays for them. Medicare also still pays for those scooters. Those were the big rage and everybody abused that. So yes, you could still potentially get a scooter. Again, if your doctor prescribes it, if you go to the correct durable medical equipment provider, and if you have questions about what Medicare does and doesn't cover, they do have a pretty updated app now that can help you figure that out. Another question I've been getting a lot lately, like almost daily, is can I pay my daughter or my granddaughter to take care of me? Okay, the answer is pretty much no. Okay, so if you are likely to end up in a nursing home on Medicaid, you don't have enough resources or insurance where you think you'll be able to pay for your care indefinitely. And it's likely, I mean, for most people, it's likely they're going to end up on Medicaid if they go into a nursing home. If you're in that boat, you want to be very careful because if I'm paying my granddaughter to take care of me for the last 3 years, and now I end up going into a nursing home on Medicaid, there's that look back. Most people are familiar with the look back. In most states, it's 5 years. And they're going to say, hey, those were gifts that you made. You paid her so much a year. That was a gift. And all gifts can be clawed back, meaning they're not going to pay for her Medicaid nursing home until they've clawed that money back. So it might mean that they won't qualify for the nursing home for 1 or 2 or 3, however many years. So in order to legally pay her, you would, 1, need a contract. This is where you really need to speak to an elder law attorney if you have a client in this situation. To draw up a care contract that they're providing the care, make sure there's no fraud involved, that they are actually providing the care at a reasonable rate so that it is not considered a gift should your client end up going into a nursing home on Medicaid and a look back coming into play. So as much as you guys are like, I don't want to know all this stuff. I want to be a Medicare expert. I don't want to be a Medicaid expert or a tax expert or a social. It all dovetails. And if you really want to do a good job by your clients, you really got to know more than just Medicare. So the last little tidbit that I want to really implore you to learn is about 401k withdrawals and IRA. Most of your clients, speaking from my point of view, where most of my clients are very confused about taking money out of their 401k. If you are on early Social Security, early means anytime prior to your full retirement age, which is not 65, it's between 66 and 67. And I want to take money out of my 401k. That money will become taxable when I pull it out because the taxes were deferred. The thought was when you take it out, you'll be at a lower tax bracket. Everybody asks me, what is it going to be taxed? I don't know their tax bracket. Whatever your tax bracket is, that's what it's going to be taxed at. So if I take money out of my 401k, it will be taxed by the feds, by the state, depending on your total income. It's going to be taxed. But as far as Social Security goes, it will not count against your earned income. So if you take early Social Security, the magic number is $21,240. The magic number. Okay? So that's active income for wages of money you earned this year. Active. Taking that money out of the 401k, that is passive income. That will not impact your Social Security. That will not impact it negatively, because if you exceed this, they start reducing your Social Security. For every $2 you go over it, they reduce your Social Security by $1. So if I grab $40,000 out of my 401k, it's not going to impact my Social Security. It's not going to lower my Social Security 20 grand. But this is the part nobody understands. It's still taxable income. So it's still going into my modified adjusted gross income, which determines IRMA. So people need to think about that before they take a big chunk of money out. Will this trigger IRMA 2 years in the future? And if 2 of them are on Medicare, for both of them for a year. These things are all interconnected. You have a lot of your clients right now selling their house at the top of the bubble. And they're like, is selling my house, is this going to be a problem? Yeah, it could be a problem. Are you going to buy another house? In which case it's not a problem. Are you going to reap capital gains? In which case, yeah, that's a problem. Because that's a taxable event that could drive up your IRMA in 2 years. Now, we don't know if they're going to add more brackets. There used to be 3 brackets. Now there's 5 brackets. You know, they're doing stuff to try to get more out of the rich. There might be 6 or 7 brackets in 2 years. Who knows? We don't really know what their formula is, how much they raise that every year, but you can look at what's happened in the past, what it's going up to for couples and for singles, and you can try to help your clients project that. That is something I think a Medicare expert should be well-versed in, is IRMA planning, is having this discussion about taking money out of your 401k, out of your IRA. Your Roth IRA, that money was already taxed, so we're cool. But you need to have a working knowledge of this to give some better advice to your clients as they're making their retirement decisions. Most people don't have a financial planner. Most people aren't working with an accountant. They have you. And the better you are, the better your clients are. So if you learned something, I want you to hit that subscribe button and leave me a very nice comment. And if you have a question, also let me know in the comments and we'll get right back to you. Stay tuned. We're here every week.